Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We will be explaining two trades today. Both trades are taken on the Eurex markets, namely the Bund and the Voxel here on the right. Now I've got two trades lined up for you. Just as a little disclaimer, I am on my journey. This is a way of showing my trades, of showing my thought process with you while reading these multiple DOMs. The way I trade is not in the way I want it to go, but I am learning every day. I am getting more and more progress in my trades. So if you know me for a while, you know that I'm very open about all my trades. I am very open as everything I do. I do share my strategies. I share my wins and losses. I trade my own money, not some kind of funded stuff. So I make this context actually for myself to review my trades, and because I think there is not very much real good info on trading DOMs. So what are we looking at here? These are my DOMs. Now this is a faulty one on the left. So this is the US Treasuries 5 years that was still open, which is a fault on my end. So here we have the German 5 year, the German 10 year. The 5 year is called the Bob. The 10 year is called the Bund, and the 30 year is called the Voxel right here. So I am going to zoom in a little so that we can see the trades on sich. So what am I looking for? Mainly confluences between this guy here, the 5 year and the 10 year and the 30 years. So let's zoom in a little bit more on this trade. As you see, I started recording when I was already in the trade, right here at 1350, which was a kind of a nuisance. Can I zoom out here? Maybe a little bit more. Let's check it out. This is the max I can do. Let's see. Bang. All right. This should be a little bit better. This is the sharpest I get it, boys, when I zoom in like this. So just so you know. So this guy is the Voxel. So as I said, I was already in this trade. What was I looking for? As you can see, we were everywhere at the value area low. And we had some major absorption here on the 5 year. And we've got some imbalances, the blue ones here, some imbalances on the 10 year, meaning for me that we would get a nice push up. Also, we've got 61 contracts traded here, 100 contracts traded here. And as an answer, we got 116 contracts traded here. Now, this is a pretty fast trade. You'll see that I have a 1-1 risk reward, which means 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks up and 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks down for a scalp. What do I normally do when I see the trade go against me? Like 2 ticks, maybe 1 tick. I will close it down manually. This stop is an emergency stop for in case volatility changes. If I miss something that runs the ladder down, that I get an emergency stop and not have to panic when we are at lower prices. So my stop will be manually, and I will also try to pull in my take profit or remove my take profit to a better zone. So as you see, while I was getting in this trade, we ticked up by 1 tick, and already we have 160 contracts and 113 contracts backing me up. Now, the problem I see in this trade is we have some imbalances right here and a big limit right there. Also, if we look on the time of sales, we see some bigger buying coming in at 480, 500, 500. Again, some bigger buyers stepping up to the plate. So let's run this down a little bit. You will see my mouse here. This is my mouse from during. It will actually see, you see me sitting here 2 ticks lower, ready to back out if we need to back out. We come into this, we only buy 3. And we see the offer remaining strong. So this is like a point where I start thinking, maybe this wouldn't go so well. But as you see now, we pushed in here. I just paused for a brief second. We just pushed in this 560s, which is this taper of the range. We just put up 45 contracts, which you see in the, let me just show it to you right somewhere. Where is my time and sales window? Let me check this. Just give me a second. Voila. You will directly see some more blue coming in here on the ladder with 45 contracts trade. This is my kind of confirmation that we are ready to go. So what I do here is I pull my take profit a little bit lower because right here I was 101st in the queue. I was at the back of the line and I wanted to get filled a little bit faster because the problem is when we get here and we get a real selling, because these guys aren't moving, they can push price down very fast. We got another 18 seconds on this trade, so it will go very fast, guys. I'm 13th in the queue here. On another note, these voxels, they do 20 euros per tick. So this is 20, 40, 60 euros for one contract for 3 ticks. It is a very relaxing way of trading. Here you can see them backing it up, and then we stepped 65 contracts again right in here. And that was a trade. That's as fast as sometimes it can go. Let's jump into another trade. Okay, we get this other trade set up for you. I'm just going to rewind it a little bit. I do the exact same stupidity here. I just start recording when I was already in the position for quite a long time. I didn't know that I wasn't recording this, so I pressed record much too late. I'm sorry, I am not a professional YouTuber. If you want us to follow some professional YouTubers, be my guest. They will tell you the same story about absorption and icebergs and stuff that isn't real and that people just shout out to make themselves interesting and to sell their PDF courses on how to trade. I don't believe in that. I think you can only learn to trade on a real platform and not from a PDF. But that's another thing for another day. So what happened here this day? We had the, I think it was the French CPI. Yeah, it was the French CPI. And then we had the German unemployment rate. And then we had some other PPI data coming out, which was actually pushing us to the downside right here. So we were trading on this side of the curve the entire time. Then we had the news and we just flushed down into this, making a new bottom. Now, I thought I knew this 55 area was a high, a significant high that has been touched before. Also, we were going down on some very nice imbalances once again on these 5 years, and we started to reverse, starting to absorb here, and we started to strengthen the offer, strengthen a bit, and the offer was getting a little bit more loose. Same right here. You will see that in a few seconds, because when I took the trade, there was much less on the bid right here. Also, Boxel was recovering to the upside, which gave me a very, very, very precise entry right here at 55, going for 7 ticks, because I knew that also, or I thought, I don't know, I thought that 62 was an important level for that day. 62 max 64ish because we had a low volume node, previous week's highs and previous month's lows there. We could be revisiting that, we could be retesting that, but I would like to take my take profits like in a more safer place because the majority of people will be positioning right here, which means quicker fills for me. But you will see the problems occurring in a few minutes. This trade will take 10 minutes in total. We will try to talk you through it. Right. You will see me get a little panicky and at some point, but this is the point where I'm telling you that I am still learning and I need to learn to keep my stop at these 4 ticks. So I will take my manual stop out here if we go to 53, to the lows of the days. See me getting ready here to pull and just take a 1 tick. But as I'm getting ready to take this 1 tick, I see the bid getting a bit stronger and I see some buying imbalances coming in right here. See, we now have 636 contracts bought into this level. Every time we go down, we bid right back up and we add to this buy level. So I am watching the other DOMs as well, seeing if we go up, seeing if we bid up quite a bit or if they will release the offer, as we say here. So this is getting a little bit boring because this trade can take a while. So I will go through it a little bit more. All right. So now we come at my top here. I am 781 in the line. And we have 789 contracts that are waiting here to be filled. So this is not a good position to be in, actually. You want to be more in front of the line. And they are pushing it down here again. They are back to selling everything below this 60, tightening up this offer. And then when I wanted to take a stop out here, I see these 1,400 contracts going on the bid. So my thought process is, hey, there's some strength in here. And they start buying into the offer. Now I am 682nd in line. I put my stop in a safe position. Or if it came dragging down, you never know, right below this 1,400 that was here on the bid. And I didn't get filled, getting ready to get out for -1 tick. But then I remember, yeah, what is your mission as a trader? It is to be patient. You need to be patient. Even if you don't get a fill directly, you need to trust your setup and the fill might come. We have 1,400 on the bid as well. I'm getting ready to get out here and my stop's in a safe position. But there's no buying coming in at all. No buying at all. So I'm now removing my mouse because I just remembered that I need to let my strategy run. Even more so, I will get my stop back into the prior position, remembering myself that I must let my strategy run. This is how we trade. We make no mistakes. Now, if this would go back to break even, I would close out manually for at least 1 or maybe 2 ticks. But as long as they are buying here on the 5-year, as long as they are buying here on the 2-year, as long as Bookshold remains safe right about here on the downside, I think there's a good chance of it to get higher. So I'm just waiting, watching, sweating a bit. I'm in a good position at 62. Let's fast forward a little more because we keep faffing around right here on this spot. Faffing. All right. Something like this is good. When we come up here, we see the offer tightening, and now we see the offer opening up a bit every time. It's like they say, please buy into us. See, look, they go really low on the offers. Buy into us, and then we buy into them and we tick up again. I am still 99th in the line. Right now, there's 1,000 contracts being offered right here, which is actually pretty good. I see that 5-year has been bought up as well. The 2-year has ticked up as well. We see Buxel is still holding the bid very, very firm here, ticking up as I speak. And now we're just waiting. We have some really good buys in here, over 1,000 contracts being bought. This is just about patience. It's just about waiting. Yeah, 1 minute on the trade, so be patient. Guys, if you like to see stuff like this, please like, please comment. You know the drill. Don't leave a bro hanging. Feed the algorithm a little bit so that I can make millions on my YouTube amateuristic content. No, please, I do like a little bit of support. I think we all do. Feel free to give me a shout out. All right, I'm still pooping my pants here because I know it can come down anytime. Right now, 85 and no buys. You see this? There's absolutely no buys. Also, buys are very balanced on the time and sales here above, which is outside of the screen. Very, very balanced time and sales. So now I'm just waiting for that fill. Yeah, now you see them here, this very balanced 61 buy sells coming in. Yeah. Getting ready again to take out my position right here. I remember, we must be patient, we must be patient. Huh. And once we are here, 70, nothing is trading here. And then all of a sudden we have the trade. This was a 7-tick trade, which is a very nice trade in Eurex for a morning. You don't need these 30-point trades. You don't need all that. Just do this with some heavy ass contracts and you're good to go every day. So guys, this was a little recap of 2 trades for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you might have learned something. I did, because I replay my trades and I learn a little bit more of my trades every time I replay them. I think this is the secret sauce. Replay your trade, guys. I'll be seeing you in a new video. Have fun. Bye-bye.